Welcome back, Alex Corbisiero with Ryan Matyas. And Ryan, it is time for our Titan of the Week segment, where we have someone who stood out across the weekend or across the whole competition. It's number 13 for Japan, Dylan Riley. And just electric pace, an absolute flyer out there. And that's just where I thought Japan came alive, Ryan, across the tournament. Moments like this from Dylan, just like that, cut through the USA and they had no answer.
I mean, such a well-balanced runner. I mean, his ability to continue to accelerate on a curve, that makes all the difference.
Yeah, he plays his rugby in Japan with
Great
Damien
support line.
Dilalende as his center partnership as well. A decent guy to learn from
that's
out
pretty,
there as
pretty
well.
decent.
Couple facts, obviously, South African, but played for Australia under 20s. Then qualified for Japan on residency, made his debut in 2019. And just look at that.
Oh, what a take.
For hands, what moments.
Oh
Offloading
goodness,
really is a skill of this whole Japanese side, but he's probably one of those real bright sparks of it in the center. I actually spoke with
So athletic.
the Japanese attack coach, Dan Bowden, an ex-teammate of mine, and he was just raving about this guy on and off the field, absolute professional. Probably the one area of his game where he ever gets any criticism is maybe his defense, but in attack, this is just one of those guys that is just lightning, X factor, and everything that Japan are about in their attacking game of rugby. Layers of attack, depth, he just comes onto the ball. He's an absolute weapon. Plays his rugby in the top league in Japan. Outstanding athlete.
His ability his support lines, his ability to finish. That one of those takes, I'm surprised Japan wasn't trying to get him into the Olympics. That 10-meter take, he's getting up there.
Honestly, mate, he's got all the tools. Obviously in the World Cup, his defensive stat was the only negative against him. His tackle percentage was down at 58%.
Come on, you can't have everything.
Exactly.
You can't have everything.
And you're a former center, and in
Yeah.
the World Cup too, depends on the opposition you're playing.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I think, guys like Bundeaki were in the 70% range. That's probably his one work on, but you got to be pretty happy if you're Japan and Dylan at the moment with the way they're playing.
Wow, what a phenomenal pickup for Japan. His ability, and I think we talked about this early on in the show, is the Japan always had the skill set. They just didn't quite have those X factor players to be able to really make an impact on some of those line breaks and be able to finish. And Dylan is showing just that. He can break the line, he can set up, he can support. Yes, you're right. Can't have everything. Got to have some area of work on.
Yeah.
But
yeah, what a cog.
Oh, dude.
What a cog in attack for them. And I agree with you. He's that little bit of Raz that can break the line, make the offload. And that's kind of been Japan's MO in this competition. Undefeated so far. And they really are just a team that just strikes like lightning. They'll be reasonably competitive. Bang, they score a wonder try. And they just seem to do that on repeat. They started with a blistering start against Samoa, and Samoa is just shell-shocked after Japan pulled out performances like that.
So you're saying Japan's going to win this thing?
Well, we'll get to that, but our final is going to be pretty juicy between them and Fiji. But yeah, if I was betting, I'd probably lean to Japan.
I was hoping you were
Big
going to
call,
say,
though. It's a big call.
I was hoping you were going to say Fiji so we could have something to grit against here, because I'm taking Japan. But we can get into that
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Well, that kind of wraps up our Titan of the Week. Congratulations, Dylan Riley.